Hi there, this video is a product review of the Neewer LT07 travel tripod. Now recently Yico from Neewer reached out to me to ask if I'd be interested in a collaboration to test out some of their products, and I have been thinking about getting a replacement vlogging tripod that I can take around with me, and I'm looking for something that is light, that is not going to weigh me down too much, and I thought this travel tripod would just fit the bill nicely, so I thought it'd be worth testing out to see whether it would act as a replacement. Now if you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I do use some Neewer products, particularly this gimbal head that you'll often see in my nature videos. I really like it, and I've also got a green screen as well that I use when I'm filming indoors. So I know that the products from Neewer are good quality, but they're also at a reasonable price. So I wouldn't want to endorse something that I don't have some confidence in. I also want to say that the opinions in this video are completely my own. I've not been told what to say or how to say it by Neewer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the features of this tripod here at home, then I'm going to take it out into the field and give it a test out shooting a proper video, and then finally I'm going to take it abroad with me because we're about to go on holiday, so I'll tell you how it travels and what it's like when you take it on holiday as well, which it's really designed for. So stay with me because hopefully this will help you to enjoy your photography. Let's have a quick look at everything that you get with the Neewer LT07 if you purchase it. So of course we've got the tripod itself with a ball head included. Then there's a carrying bag just here if you want to transport the tripod about. We've got a set of instructions. We've got some Allen keys here for any adjustments that you want to make. Then there's a few other accessories. So there's an archetype base plate that you can attach your camera to the ball head with, and then there's also a shorter center column that can replace the longer center column. I'll show you how that can be used very shortly. And we've also got here a phone holder that will double as a camera grip, and I'll demonstrate that as well. Let's do a quick rundown of the specs of this tripod. So it's got a maximum height of 1.53 meters. The weight, according to Neewer, is 1.33 kilograms. Now when I weighed it, it was 1,280 grams, which is 1.28 kilograms. If you take the head off, it's 994 grams, and the head alone is 286 grams. Now folded up, it's got a length of 51 centimeters, and if you take the head off, that reduces down to 44 centimeters. There's a maximum load of 22 pounds or 10 kilograms. Let's start by having a look at the legs on this tripod. First of all, they're made of aluminium, and there are 4 sections in total. They have a hexagonal cross section which proves to be quite stable and firm. The clips are really easy to use. The legs slide out easily and then clip back into place with a very reassuring click, and they are very firm as well. You would need to put quite a lot of weight on this tripod to make them recede back into the tubes. What I'll do is I'll demonstrate how much flex you get on the legs, which is minimal really considering how lightweight it is. Probably I would say this is less flexible than the current vlogging tripod that I use. This leg is extended fully out, and I'm putting quite a lot of weight on that, and there is some flex as you'd expect, but it's certainly not anything to worry about. The legs will lock into 3 angles. As you open them, they stay at 22 degrees, but then you can slide down this little collar and they will open then up to 55, and if you slide it down again, they'll lock at 85 degrees, so you can get some really low level shots. And then the legs themselves are finished off with some rubber feet that are attached with some screws, so they're not going to fall off. If you need a little bit more height on the tripod, there's an extendable center column that gives you probably another 30 centimeters worth of height, and there's a thumb screw on the side that just locks that off. But you can also remove this little hook here at the bottom of the center column, which allows you to take it out completely and turn it upside down and slide it in the other way, so that you can use it for taking low-level macro shots. Now, at one point I couldn't get my head around this. Having the camera upside down seems very strange, but you just frame your shots up as normal and then flip them when you get in the computer, and it took me ages to work out that you could do that. And also, while we're talking about the center column, you also get an accessory that is a shorter center column that you can pop in to the top of the tripod, remove the ball head from the longer center column and attach it to this shorter version. And what this does is it means that when you extend the legs to their widest, you can then get the tripod almost at ground level. So if you're taking something very low to the ground, the tripod will be very flat and you won't be encumbered by the center column pointing down, which is a very nice feature. One little gripe I do have about the center column is that this locking nut just here, when you screw it down, the center column will still rotate. Now, this is not the pan head rotating, this is the entire center column rotating, which can just be problematic if you're trying to attach the ball head and want to get a firm purchase just to screw the ball head into the center column. It tends to spin, and so you have to hold the center column and spin the ball head at the same time. I prefer it just to be a little bit tighter, but it's a small thing. I've been really impressed with the ball head. Despite it being compact and very low profile, it's still really secure, and it will hold up to 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of weight. And I think that's thanks to the clever design of this locking lever here. I'll just demonstrate how this locking lever works, because I think it's really clever. So at the moment, the ball head is floating freely. So if we just let that go, then basically when you tighten up the lever, you can give it a nice push, but it kind of gets in the way of the ball head here. So what you can do is you pull out the lever and you rotate it round to the other side, and then you can turn it again and really tighten up this lever so it gets a very good lock on the ball. Very secure, and I think it's a really clever idea. The top plate on the tripod is compatible with Archetype base plates, and there is one that comes supplied with the tripod. There is a U-shape cut out just here, so this allows you to turn the tripod head on its side for either shooting in portrait, shooting up or shooting down. Just to demonstrate that if you were in a push and you were short for weight, this tripod would be okay with a larger camera. So at the moment I've got on my Z8 and 180 to 600mm lens, so I could get away with using this. Now, I wouldn't want to leave it unattended because the legs are probably not wide enough for that unless you took them out to 55 degrees by widening them, but then that would reduce the height. Now, even with this locked off fully, it will still just move if I put a bit of force into it, but it's not going to move on its own. It will still hold its position, so it will still be very usable with a bigger lens like this, but I would just feel a little bit uncomfortable about leaving it unattended. And then there are also two handy 1/4" threads, one on the front for attaching an accessory, and this one here can be used for attaching the phone holder. Once the phone holder is attached to the top of the tripod, then it's a simple case of folding out these flaps just here, and then you've got an aperture between the flaps of 5.7 centimeters that will extend to 9 centimeters that's sprung loaded, so it will trap your phone in the gap and then you can vlog away. There are also some 1/4" threads on the side of the tripod for attaching accessories, but you can also attach the phone holder here. So if you were using a teleprompter, you could have the teleprompter going on your phone underneath the tripod head, and it's quite a handy place to have it. Also at the end of the phone holder is a cold shoe, so if you need to attach an accessory such as a light or a microphone, here I've just found a wireless trigger as a demonstration, but it shows that you can handily attach something to the end of the phone holder as well. The phone holder is also designed to double up as a handle, so if you're vlogging yourself you can point the camera at yourself and it makes a handy handle. It will also rotate forward and backwards, in total over 180 degrees. At the moment I've got a vlogging camera on the top of the tripod and the legs are extended fully, but the camera is only coming up to my chest, and so this is a little bit low for vlogging. So what I'd need to do is lift the center column to bring the camera up to more eye height. This is just about the right height for vlogging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw over now to me after I've used this tripod on an actual photo shoot at a nature reserve. I've brought the Neewer tripod out to a nature reserve and I've spent a brilliant morning today photographing barn owls. It's been really exciting, but I'm really pleased with how this tripod has performed. It's fairly windy this morning and I've left it set up with the vlogging camera on the top and it's not shown any signs of blowing over. I have kept my eye on it and the wind as well, but that's been really good. And what is really noticeable is how light it's been to carry around, and so I will be using this again for future videos and it will probably become my main vlogging tripod. This tripod is marketed as a travel tripod, and in front of me I've got a standard size cabin bag, and you can see that without the head the tripod fits perfectly inside the bag. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to throw over to me on holiday and I'm going to tell you how I've got on with the tripod while I've been on holiday, how it's travelled and any impressions I've got from that. As you can see, I brought the Neewer LT07 on holiday with me. We're docked at the moment just outside the lovely little village of Mykonos, but I've been vlogging all morning with this tripod and it's been really reliable, so sturdy. I've not had any problems with any of the other vlogs that I've taken as well, and I've had no problem with traveling it in the case. It's been really light and it's been a joy to use. I want to say a really big thank you to Neewer for sending me this tripod to test. I've really enjoyed putting it through its paces and I'm sure it'll provide a useful addition to my vlogging setup. Now if you want to find out more about this tripod, then I've put links down below in the description so you can check out some places where it's available from. If you have enjoyed that video, do let me know down below in the comments, and nip over to my Instagram or Vero account, that's at Oakden Photography. Leave me your comments there and you can also see lots of my photographs. Now if you like what I do on the channel and you want to help support me to make future content like this, then you can leave that at the gift shop. That's at Teespring. There I've got a range of merchandise on offer, so head off over there because a purchase really does help me out and it's very much appreciated. But you don't have to spend any money at all to support the channel. You can do that simply by clicking the like, subscribe and the bell notifications, because it really does help me out and it makes sure that you don't miss out on any future content. Watch out for next week's video, that goes live on Sunday. In the meantime, you can go and check out this video just up here. But all that's left now is to say, stay safe and I'll see you soon.